You ready for some Halloween crafts? Let's make 5 fun, fast, and easy Halloween crafts that the entire family is going to enjoy. Grab yourself some pom-poms, felt, googly eyes, your glue, all those fun crafty items you probably already have in your house, and let's get started. I'm Erin Reed of Erin Reed Makes, and I'm a lover of all things creative and crafty. From the arts and crafts to planners to stamping and card making, I love all the things. Not only do I love to make them, but I also love to travel around and find new stores and also new events to share my crafty love. Oh, welcome to my channel. First up is our little Boo Terrariums. Super simple supplies you need for this: air dry clay, markers, some sort of upcycled jar, and then some moss. So I picked up some air dry clay from Dollar General, and we're gonna make 2 ghosts. That's probably gonna be way more than we're gonna need. And then I just need to make a couple more little pumpkins. Air dry clay is super malleable. It feels like you're just playing with fluff. It is so fun and easy. Okay, so we're gonna do our ghost. We're gonna make 1 large ghost, because that's the one that's gonna go into this jar. So we're gonna start by rolling, and then we're gonna push it into our hands. So right here, we're gonna push. Now we're gonna add some flair to the bottom. So here we have a little bit of flair. And then now you can come in with your hands and start to kind of even it out. So if you got any creases, but you know, it's a ghost. It's supposed to have some kind of like movement to it, right? So here was the first ghost. And I can't mold it anymore. It's been drying for a couple of days now, and we'll put the little dots in there. But you know, not all ghosts are created equal. So here we have the bottom, whoops, and here we have the top. Let's see how this fits in our jar. So when it fits in our jar, how does it fit? And from a side view, it does pretty good, right? Like we can definitely see that it's in there, so we're good to go. And the key thing about the jars is you want to make sure that they don't have a whole lot of writing. Like there is writing on one side, but this will be, probably this will be the front of my jar. So it's like a terrarium you can see inside the jar with a little Boo ghost. Now we're gonna make our baby ghost to go in here. So we need a tall ghost because this is a nice tall vase. So I'm just rolling it into a tube. All right, and then we're gonna give it the bottom flare. We're gonna go nice and tall. And again, if you feel like it's got too many little creases on it, you can take your finger and kind of rub back and forth. This one's gonna have a little bit of an attitude. See, it's gonna have like a little bit of a, hey, what's going on? Perfect, so it fills up most of our jar just fine. All right, and I don't think we're gonna be able to fit a pumpkin in here, so we're not gonna do a pumpkin in that one. It's just gonna be our ghost. And then next we're gonna do our pumpkin. So here I have some air dry clay. I'm actually going to flare it out quite a bit. Just lay it on my desk here like that. Get as much surface area as possible, and then grab whatever marker you want. I'm gonna grab my Olo markers, but you could use cheapy markers. I've done cheap markers like Crayolas. I've done expensive markers, but I just like the color of this particular Olo, and I'm going to mark all over. So yeah, any kids markers, it does not have to be a fancy marker. So if kids are doing this, they can definitely do like washable markers. I do feel like this is the one thing about the alcohol-based markers is the color will last longer and it won't fade over time if you use an alcohol-based marker. If you use a water-based, it will start fading, and I'm talking like 2 or 3 years. It will no longer have that bright, brilliant color. All right, so now we're gonna roll this up, and it's like pulling taffy. We're gonna pull, and we're gonna have to do the coloring a few times. So this is just pass number 1. So it's really light. See how light that is? We want to make that super brilliant and dark. So we're going to go through that again. And I'm going to keep doing this until I get the color desire that I want. Remember, I like to lay this all nice and flat so I get the biggest surface area. I'm going to come in with my marker, and I'm going to use the chisel tip on this side. It does not matter. And just mark over the whole thing. I'm going to speed this up so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing and to get the desired color, but just kind of rinse and repeat until I get the color I want. So I feel like I've got the orange color I am wanting. It looks very pumpkin-like, very cute, love it. And so now we're gonna break this up into 3 little balls. We have 1, and then 2, 3. There we go. And we're just gonna roll these into little balls. We're gonna take it and we're gonna kind of smush it down. And then you're gonna take your fingernail and you kind of go down the edge. Just like this, just to make the grooves. And you're gonna go another one. And you just are not too worried about being perfect because pumpkins are not perfect. I'm making little grooves on here, and then you do another one. Kind of keep squishing it, so we're making it more kind of like a flat circle on top and bottom. And there's what our little pumpkin looks like. So this one's kind of cubist looking, which is kind of fun. So I used green to color our white clay to make it a color. If you want to go with a different color, you can use a different color marker. I used a little bit of a different color than I did with that one. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to make, I need to take about half of that. This will make 2 stems. A little goes a long way with this. So you're going to roll. So you kind of make, it looks like that. And then you're going to flatten one end. So that's the bottom, right? So you flatten one end. And then you're gonna kind of roll the top between your fingers. And then you just lift it over. And that's how you make your little stem on top. So because these are both still wet, I can attach this and just kind of push down. And this is that new little stem that I made, just attaches on there. And then it'll dry together. It will not come apart because they're gonna dry as one. Takes a good day for these to dry, by the way. If your elements are already dried, all you need to do, just add a tiny bit of glue to the top part. Any glue will work. You could even use a kid's glue. I'm just using a fast drying liquid glue right here. Hot glue, whatever works for you. And then just stick your stem on. So if you want to let the 2 pieces dry and then glue them together, you can totally do that. So now our ghosts are getting closer to dry. We're going to add our little eyeballs in. And I'm just going to come in with a black marker and then just draw in eyes. Keep it simple. Nice and kind of long. There it is. There's your little eyeballs. Easy. Now I went to Dollar Tree and just picked up this easy moss. Whatever greenery you want to put in there, if you want to make your own greenery, if you want to just buy the pre-made moss, you could do, like, sky's the limit. Just think terrarium style of what you would put into the bottom of a terrarium, and that's what we're going for. I like the moss personally. I'm just going to take little bits of your moss and place it in here and just kind of fluff it in your jar just a tiny bit. Next, we're placing in our cute little ghost. So we're just going to put our ghost in the middle because that just makes life easy. And then we're going to add in our trio of little pumpkins. So come in and I just, I'm going to place them in there. Screw on the lid. And that's as hard as that gets. Look at that, super easy. We don't need a ton of moss for this. We're just enough to fill the bottom. And because there's not a lot of room in there, the ghost itself is going to do all the work. And then put our little cap on. Easy. These little boo terrariums are so super cute and really super easy to make. And truly, you can kind of make them and put whatever you want inside of there. Think about rocks, think about all the kind of fun stuff. Sky's the limit. Any size jar you have, any type of top of jar you have, as long as it's clear so you can see through it, you can have a ton of fun with this little fun project. Next up are these little mini cauldrons. These are so fun and easy, and they are perfect for a little sweet treat gift that you can give it to that special someone. So grab yourself a mini cauldron, some sticker vinyl, and of course, some sweet treats to go inside, and let's get started. I picked up these cauldrons back in St. Patrick's Day time, but they do have them at Dollar Tree, which is where I got these to begin with. They just have little flames at the bottom, which I was like, oh, that's super, super cute. So I repurposed the project, which this is the original project that I made up here. Really adorable. Again, candy-filled little containers, but you can use them for 2 uses instead of just 1, which is awesome. But we're gonna put our own flames on here. I already did half of them, and let me show you how to do the other half. Pulled out the 3 colors of vinyl. So we have our purple, our green, and our orange, and we're gonna do the orange one together. So I just cut out a small section. This is Style Tech Craft vinyl, and I'm gonna actually go from this side because it's got a little bit of white section. You just need scissors, and you're gonna make flames. Flames are like giant leaves. They kind of have, see, like little flamey action happening. Make them look kind of rounded, like they're flames, have a little bit of fun top to it. Go ahead and spray with a little bit. This is just rubbing alcohol. I put it in another container. And just to get off any of the oils that might be on here, it's been touched by so many people. And then I'm also gonna do the same thing for my hands. I'm gonna put a little bit of some rubbing alcohol on my hands just to get any oils off, because we don't want our stickers not to stick. I'm gonna peel off the first one. This is how hard this is. Real easy, right? And we're gonna just place it right in the middle, just like that. So the key thing is we don't want our flames to be any taller than the top of the cauldron. So I'm just gonna alternate tall, short, tall, short. This is why I did the little white piece at the bottom. Some vinyls have that, some don't. So you just have to kind of unpeel it like a sticker. So now it's full going all the way around. All right, so now it's time to fill these. You can use whatever candies you want. I prefer little circular shaped candies to look like bubbles, but that's a lot of that particular candy, and I don't know about you guys, but I always have a stash of candy in my house. And so I went through and I found a whole bunch, so I'm dropping it everywhere, just green candies. Jolly Ranchers and just random green candies, and it's filler, and I keep dropping it everywhere. So we're just gonna fill the bottom of the cauldron with the filler candy, which it's still candy, it's still cute, still fun. But now I want like a bubbly look to it. So there's a few options. Good old M&Ms will do you just fine. So when you open this up, you can get, so we've got green and we've got some orange, But look, in one package, you're not getting a whole lot. I mean, you're just getting a few. Not that I wouldn't eat one anyway. I mean, seriously. The joys of doing candy projects, you get to eat the candy. But I found this cute package at Dollar Tree that was full of, you guessed it, the 3 colors. The orange, the purple, and the green candy. And they're gumballs, which is perfect. Now, they have little eyeballs on them. I was like, oh, that would be even better. It'd be like floating eyeballs. But of course, when you open it up, it doesn't have eyeballs. So here's what one of the individual candies look like. But you pop it open, and it's just a green gumball, which is still super cute. So I already opened up a whole bunch of these, and now we're just gonna add them in to here. I also found these little gummy worms. There's only a couple of colors in here that work, at least for the color schemes that we're going for, which is the orange, the purple, and the green. But there was a couple of little gummy worms in there that were orange and green. So we're gonna pop the orange side sticking out. You gotta have something to stir your cauldron with, so straw. So I already had all these cute straws. Use what you got in your stash. Pretty simple, and we're gonna wedge this in here. Look how adorable that is. Look. Isn't that just super, super cute? It's just a little something you can give to whoever. I wouldn't necessarily pass this out for like trick-or-treating because it would get messy, but if you had a party or if you had something fun like that, super adorable. So here is the purple flames. Oh my God, it's so adorable. And this time I used a little green straw in there. So here's one where I put a tag with a cute little ribbon. Again, keeping with the themes of the colors. I used an orange straw this time, purple, because this is the 3 colors that come in that set. Added some of the gummy worms, and just look how adorable that one is. So this is a freebie that you can grab from my website. Just pop on over to erinreedmakes.com and download your freebie. Double, double, boil in trouble, cauldron burn, and fire bubble. You guys remember that Shakespeare line from Macbeth? It's one of the best ones for Halloween ever, especially when it comes to little cauldrons. A little trigger warning, if you're not a spider friend, you might want to step away, but just look how cute these are. I love these little spider lollipops. So of course you need lollipops, you need some pipe cleaners, googly eyes, and glue. That's it, super simple. Let's try it out. All right, this could not be easier. Take your pipe cleaners, we're gonna fold it in half, cut it, so now you got 4 pieces. Take your 4 pipe cleaners, as you see right here, line them up so you kind of have them centered in the middle. You can do like a little twist right there just to kind of hold them together. And then we're gonna take our dum-dum, place it in the middle, and you're gonna do like a fold over on top, right here, fold over on this top, right there, and then you just bend the little legs down. So just bend the tips down to make it look like they're legs. Do it on both sides. And that is the base of your spider. A couple dollops of glue right there, and place on your googly eyes. This time I'm going with red, so I am matching colors that are inside of the color of the lollipop, but you could use whatever you want. So go in, find the center, and cut. Find the center of these, do a quick twist. Find the center of this, we're gonna do a quick wrap to the top, quick wrap the other way. Key thing is that spiders have 8 legs, so that's what we're going for here. And you can make your pipe cleaners match your lollipop, or you can have them be a completely different color. There's no wrong way to do it. So there is that. That's the base of your body. Now we're gonna add a tiny bit of glue. Eyeballs. I get if you're a little freaked out with the whole spider thing, but they are pretty darn cute. They are pretty fun, and the kids have a lot of fun making them, eating them, getting them. It's a fun treat. You could actually use this if you wanted to. If you don't get a lot of kids that come to your house for trick-or-treating, you could make these, and this could be your little trick-or-treat gift. Just make sure not to put the googly eyes on the actual candy, even though it's on the wrapper, just kind of keeping it separate so that way you don't end up eating glue. It's just on the leggy part or the pipe cleaner part. Now, if lollipop spiders are not your jam, check out this fun little one. I made this last year. This is super adorable. You can check out the video. It's playing right over here. And it is so, so easy to make. Instead of a lollipop, we're doing a giant pom-pom, but it's still using pipe cleaners and googly eyes, but just a little pom-pom on top as kind of a little fun amendment. But another option if you don't want to do anything with candy. Next up is the Pom-Pom Monster Mini Wreaths. These are so super cute. Just need pom-poms, googly eyes, felt, a little pipe cleaner, and then some paper for the back. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out the base of our wreath. I took a little bit of a heavier cardstock and then I cut 2 circles. I used 2 concentric dies that I placed on the paper and then ran through a die cut machine to make it super easy. But if you don't have that, just cutting circles with a circle template, one larger, one smaller, works just fine. Now it's time for the pom-poms. So we're gonna dump out a ton of pom-poms. I love all the different sizes. Now, colors I really don't wanna have in here because I'm not a big fan of the brown in this, but you know, it's your project, you can do whatever you like. So I'm gonna pull out the white, the brown, and the black. I just think it doesn't really work. So I'm gonna find the center here. I'm gonna line it up at the top. This is just so you could use it as an ornament. If you don't wanna put this piece on, if you just wanna have it as like a fun kind of element, you can. And then we're gonna twist it to keep it in place. And we're gonna come to the top, we're gonna twist that, and then we're gonna kind of open it up and roll it back into itself so it makes a nice clean topping. If you want to use string, this is just keeping it easy, keeping it very fun, easy peasy, and there, done. Real hard, right? And you're just going to go through and you're going to start at the top. I'm going to add, don't overdo your glue, but you want to have a decent amount, and then start putting in pom-poms. Go with big, and then we're going to go and play with the colors. I have these fun ones here that have like these little sparkle pieces. Come in and tuck in the bottom. All right, so this is a fast drying glue called Fabri-Tac from Beacon. It's great because it acts kind of like a hot glue. It dries quickly, but it goes on like a wet glue. Mine's starting to dry out a little bit, but it's tackier and it won't slip and slide like the white glue. But it's just whatever you happen to have on hand. So use what you got. Don't feel like you have to go out and break the bank and buy new glue if you don't have it. And I like doing some big, some small, some of these little fun pom-pom ones, and just go in and layer. All right, I'm gonna speed this up and keep on gluing all of this and adding more to this, and we'll come back and I'll show you what the next step is. I think I've covered about every inch of this and added a bajillion layers, and it is just looking so much fun. I love it. So we are pom-pom done. Now it's time. Googly eyes. I picked this up years ago and I have yet to dent this. It's got a whole variety of different eyeball sizes in here. These aren't sticker back, these are just loose. I'm gonna take some big ones, which means that I need to add glue for these to work. So if you take a look at the one that's already done, it has eyeballs on almost every single pom-pom. That is the goal we're going for here. So some of these have like colors to them. They have little eyelashes. Sometimes they're all random. So I just put a little dab of glue, I go find a pom-pom, shove it on there. If I have big ones, I'm gonna use bigger eyeballs. Is anybody else getting that Jim Henson vibe, the little eyeballs from Labyrinth? Ooh. The even jingle. So you can either choose to use it without the extra felt pieces and just have a bunch of googly eyes, or you can add in little extra felt pieces. I just cut out little long triangles to make it look like they had horns or whiskers or mustaches, and just having all kinds of fun. But either way, they are super adorable, super cute, and super easy. Next up is this super cute, fun felt finger puppets. That's a mouthful. So obviously you need some felt, googly eyes, glue, and I even have a cut file so you can make these super fast and easy. Now, I personally grabbed colors that I thought would fit for all of our characters. So we have our mummy. So these are the two colors for our mummy. We have our jack-o'-lantern. We have our witch. We have our little spooky monster. And then over here we have Frankenstein. So we're going to have tan, white, orange, yellow, a purple, a lime green, a dark green, a fun blue, and then black. This is a cut file that is available on my website. You can check it out right here. It has all the files in there. I popped it into my Cricut Design Studio and I arranged it so that way I could cut with all of my elements just like you see here. So that way I could just do one cut, not have to keep changing out the mat. And you do have to use a rotary blade, which is super simple to pop out of your Cricut and pop in the rotary blade. It is only available on the Maker, but it really does make crafting so much easier if you have the ability to switch out between a fine point blade and the rotary blade. It makes felt crafts super, super simple. Let the whole thing cut, and now it's time to pull the pieces apart. So it is just so easy. You're just gonna pull all your little doodads apart. I mean, it's easy peasy. You are gonna need to have, for a finger puppet, you need to have a front and a back, and we're gonna show how to put this together. So when you cut, make sure you're cutting for 2 pieces per puppet, and then you just need the one overlay piece. So there we go, we have all of our pieces cut out, and I've laid on top each of the elements, and then I pulled out just some fun googly eyes. You know, like our little googly-eyed monster just needs one. Our witch needs a couple of fun ones, so she had eyelash ones. Here we have some ovals, and then some ones for the Frankenstein. We're not worried about mouths, this is purely just for good old fun. So basically you wanna make sure that you can have the ability to put your finger inside. So we're not gonna glue the bottom, we're just gonna be adding glue all around the outside here. I'm using this Beacon felt glue. It takes a little bit to dry, but once it's dry, it is stuck on there. So that's as hard as that gets. And then we're gonna place this right on top. And since they were cut with the Cricut, they were cut the same. But there's also a printable template. So if you wanna cut these out on paper and then recut them yourself, you're more than welcome to. Now it's time to put our eyeball on. Some of the eyeballs have like a sticky backing. Mine does not. So we're just gonna use the same glue, and just to make it a fun monster, it's just going right in the middle. Reminding me of the blob from like the movie Monsters. It's kind of where we're going with that.
Hi, I'm benzoate ostlazine bicarbonate. Or you can call me Bob. Whichever's easier.
For the rest of these, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up and enjoy. And here they are, they're so super cute. I made these out of felt, but you could totally do fabric, or you could even do cardstock. You can make these out of whatever you like, but I think the felt just gives it kind of a cute little touch. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of sound a blob makes. Blob? Blub? I'm not sure. And I get the witch, it's a cackle. Hee hee, I can't even do that, but I'm still not quite sure what a blobby sound would make. Blub? Actually, the best part about making all these crafts, especially with the candy, is you get to eat them when they're all done. See you later.